All right, everyone. We are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host Avira.
Hello! What's up, guys? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Friday and all that. Yeah.
Yes, it is a wonderful day for everyone, unless you are things like a demon.
Yeah, it's been a interesting week for sure. But hey, at least like by me, we have some like nice weather. It's the middle of summer. My garden's looking really nice, so I'm all good.
You know what? I feel like I've forgotten what the sun looks like
Oh
the
yeah,
past
it's been
couple of
like
days.
raining and stuff. Oh goodness.
Well, next up on the show, we have our interim host, Noble.
No, let's all get drunk and play ping pong. I screwed that one up.
That sounds like a good plan.
I think, dude, I think you can basically market that as a game called Ping Kong.
Uh,
Hey, hey, can't leave it to someone to save your social blunders. But no, we're good. And rounding out the panel, we have Beowulf.
Absolutely nothing. Yours truly.
Who, yeah, that's that's the way it always is. Good to have you back on.
Good to be back. At least for the moment.
Oh,
Super.
no worries. All right. So, wow, where do we want to start this week? It's everything just happened within the space of 7 days.
Yeah, a lot of bonkers stuff has been happening. But first of all, let's just recap from what we said last week in regards to Anthrocon. I know we made some predictions, and now we got some numbers and some stats going on. So let's just focus on that for a second.
Yeah,
So,
there's been a
okay.
lot that's been made in Anthrocon for when it happened. So let's get the stats up.
Yeah, we'll talk about the numbers first, and then some of the like other weird shit that happened during the con as well. We'll get into that. Just so you guys know, Anthrocon didn't actually happen for the last 2 years in a row. The last one was in 2019. So let's compare some numbers here. Back in 2019 at Anthrocon, they had 290 events. They had, from what their website says, about 2,400 fursuiters and 9,358 attendees. They raised over $45,000 for their Pearl Parrot Rescue charity. That was back in 2019. So if you look at the stats now, it says registration was 9,702. So that's like a 300 increase from a couple years ago. They had 2,562 fursuiters, but they only raised like 33,000 for charity, which is like 15,000 less than it was a couple years ago. So I'm not sure what happened there. And I'm not entirely sure I believe these numbers either, because like if you look at the group photo, they're using a fish lens to make it look larger than it is. It doesn't look as big as it did. I mean, maybe they're telling the truth, but hey, if they got
Anthrocons
you know,
kind of always used a fish land, which I don't really understand, other than the fact that that's the only way to get everybody in. I guess.
oh no, there's another way that they used to do like panorama shots. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess that's fair.
it's like
I'm
literally
in one of
with an
those.
iPhone. You can just hit a button and rotate.
Yeah, no, like they have like this panorama shot that shows like all like the 2,000 fursuiters or whatever. But this one, I don't know, like maybe they had that amount of people. But the fact that the charity was like $15,000 less than it was a couple years ago, that's a little weird.
Well, it's all that inflation.
Uh, no, I don't know. Because if it was inflation, would the number be higher because the dollar is worth less?
Well, yeah, but people are having to buy
I think
more.
there's a lot of things you want to call it. Like,
That's a significant amount. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think it's still the same charity.
Attendance is up. Giving is down.
Yeah, I guess so. It's crazy. But, I did have some friends that went to Anthrocon, and of course, complaining about the lines and all that. But I mean, that's pretty much every time you go to Anthrocon. Like, it's always going to be like that.
If I go to a big convention, I expect the fact that there's going to be at least 2 hours spent in line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's the bare minimum. I'm like, yep, it's going to take a bare minimum of 2 hours in line. Just like Anthrocon, like people should understand that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, technical difficulties again.
But like if you're going to be at a big convention like that, things are only going to get worse unless more people basically go and try and help out, which doesn't necessarily happen. Everyone goes there to go and have fun at the con, not really to work.
Right, and another thing with Anthrocon, at least this year, according to their own website, they said they were severely understaffed. So logistic-wise, it was kind of difficult to kind of organize everything. It seems like they tried their best.
Yeah, but the best isn't enough for some people.
Well, I'm just
Anyway.
glad that nobody passed out from heat exhaustion from having to wear fucking face diapers.
Yeah,
that was a thing too.
That's
Like
good.
they were so heavy-handed with the COVID thing. Like mask under a mask is already bad enough.
Yeah.
And
that's
add to
a
that
hard
the
pass for me.
heat out there. Oh no.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of people literally fursuiting and then outside. It's July and they're still wearing masks. Like, bro, what the fuck? Really? Really? And they were very strict about that too.
Yeah. I think, and on the same note too, like I'm still impressed how they did with the parade. Like that was, if anything, if I'll be honest, that was the only thing that's impressive about 2022's Anthrocon.
The parade is always fun. Yeah, I
Yes.
always participate in that every year I go to Anthrocon. Of course, I'm not going now, but yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and the sheer fact that they organized a marching band of sorts down that parade.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's right. It's nice they get the whole community involved, you know?
I mean, we would have shared this video with you had things have turned out better, but let's suffice it to say they were just doing a mock marching band, but shamefully no uniforms other than your fursuit.
Yeah, that's all that's required.
See, now if you had an insider info and everyone had, Halloween costumes as marching band people, it would have been, or a lot of people had marching band costumes, it would have been hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Right,
for sure.
That would have been extra for sure. And, speaking of uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah, yes. So another fun incident happened at Anthrocon where attendees were offended, no shocker there, by some guy wearing what looked to be like an army uniform from the 1950s Cold War Germany. And you guessed it, they called him a Nazi. Oh, he's offensive. Oh, shame. Ban him. And they did. They kicked him out of the con. Anthrocon even made a statement about that, saying, yeah, we removed him. I know he's offending people, literally by just existing. Noble, do you have the picture of that?
No, I'm afraid not. Can you forward it to me on StreamYard?
I believe I can.
Thank you.
Private chat.
And
Now,
the hilarious thing about this is that no one seems to understand. No one cared to ask him which Germany he's actually representing because no one understands history anymore. But the uniform was West Germany. That means Allied territory of Germany. That means Democratic Germany for those even less history inclined.
Yeah.
So the thing that really surprises me about this
It's just so damn silly.
is that it reminds me so much of the vet who was working for the US government, and he had a tattoo of a cross on his arm, which could barely be seen. So what does the reporter turn around and say? Free Nazi! And the Defense Department had to put out a comment, and the reporter basically got slammed. But in this case, it's like, nope, you're all heroes for canceling the so-called evil guy. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh my goodness. All right. I can't actually paste it for some reason, but I'm sending it to you right now on Telegram. So just check that out.
Or the private chat scheme, right?
Wrong computer.
All right, let me see if I can find that statement. I might have their statement on.
I mean, their statement is literally an entire page, though. Like,
there we go. Yes.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, found it.
It's shared
We want
on
to, our
screen.
attendees. We want to address a situation that took place over the course of Friday afternoon and evening regarding an individual that was present. The individual was reported to have harassed and intimidated attendees, leading to many complaints. After conducting an investigation, we successfully tracked them down and revoked their membership to the convention, and they will not be returning. Blah blah blah. So,
Yo, they
wait, hang on.
revoked his membership? What?
Rejo.
Hang on a minute. So what exactly was he doing to harass attendees?
Existing in a uniform
Uh,
of a
uh,
Nothing.
democratic country.
Does it have it listed in there?
It was all they say.
Yeah, because
But
he didn't actually
I'm
do
pretty sure
anything.
just his existence was harassing people.
Right.
On StreamYard, I sent a link to the image in case you guys are curious, like what it looked like.
There we go. Got it.
There it is. And look at the angry comments here. You need to address this shit too. Ah! Look at how angry these people are. Like,
Look at how angry
what the hell did he do wrong? What? He just chilling.
So hang on a minute. Anthracon's racist against black wolves now.
Yep. Hold on. Scroll up for a second because I just saw something really funny. Some of the comments. It says the amount of small children here who consider themselves some adult needs to be taught the difference between the Nazis and West Germany. I swear. They fucking do.
They're commenting
They do.
on a deleted tweet as well.
Yo, they're calling him a Nazi. Yo, get out of here with that crap. Like, at least some people are fucking reasonable.
I'm pretty sure if you went to a straight-up convention in a United States uniform from World War II, they'd call you a Nazi.
Probably.
Because no one has any idea what a Nazi actually looks like.
Actually, I think there is only one form of acceptable Nazi uniform nowadays.
Yeah, Ukrainians.
No, Ukrainians. Yes, that's right.
Azov.
But
this dude is just chilling.
Yeah, this dude is just chilling right there.
And there was another picture. I think it's the next one after this that they zoomed in on the belt buckle and like, look at the eagle. Ah, evil bad.
Hang on.
Yeah, look at that. Really? Someone actually fucking took a picture of that? Yo. What the crap? This poor guy. He was banned from AC for this?
The question I have to ask is whether or not this person is Jewish.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Avera, if this individual was Jewish, this should just be rubbing far more salt into the wound.
This is just the dumbest thing. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, there's
live comment.
Oh boy.
Ali. If Anthrocon is racist against black canines, I'm a silver/black German Shepherd. Well, guys, I'm screwed.
Oh, German Shepherd right there. Nazi. Uh-oh. That's it. Game over. Oh, no.
What have we come to now?
This is really crazy, man. Like, I feel so bad for this guy. Like, can you imagine?
I think I read something like back when like reading the terms of service because I'm one of those stupid people who's like, I wonder what these terms of service actually read. And you read into it and you find random tidbits that are completely asininely crazy. And I don't remember if it was like MFF or Anthrocon. One of them is there is to be no military cosplay whatsoever or you will be revoked. And it's like, what?
Yes, you're right about that, and I'm not sure either if it was either Anthrocon or MFF. I think it was Anthrocon that actually did this.
I'm
This is
pretty
a few
sure.
years ago.
But
And
that,
not
that
only
would be the reason, I guess, for them to remove him. But like,
pretty much,
eh?
but it wasn't just the military thing too. They also had some rules against like cultural appropriation. So basically, if your fursuit has like an Indian headdress with feathers and stuff, that's banned.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You also you can't wear a sombrero because that's apparently racist also. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to like erase every other culture because they think it's offensive to like represent that, which is fucking backwards in my opinion.
If you're
So-
Like how is
from
that progress?
culture, it's just like, well, I guess we can't have anything nice.
No, dude, I've seen like videos, like music videos from Anthrocon of like fursuiters wearing like Native American headdresses. It looks really cool, and now that's banned. What?
Only because someone completely unrelated to that got mad and
How? Why though? If I was Native American and I saw that, that's like that's flattering. Like that's cool. Like right on, right?
I mean,
Not
in
to some.
theory, necessarily. I mean, it depends.
Well, if they're not doing it to like make fun of you as like a joke, if it's just like a genuine, fashionable statement, I guess. I mean, what's wrong with wearing a sombrero if you're like a Chihuahua or something, and you want to embrace Mexican culture, right? Like, what's wrong with that?
Or if you're
Sorry,
the person
exactly.
under the suit
Yes,
is
Noble. Go ahead.
A lot of this shit that's going on just reminds me of a story I came across a couple years ago where you had a black principal at a school deciding to segregate all the black students. And it's like, why the fuck would you want to do that?
Yo, what? Do they have separate water fountains too?
I'm guessing.
yeah, that's just part of the world we live in, and you got to try and understand it, which I'm very bad at.
Everyone would for you. Apartheid.
But like Anthrocon, you can't wear a fucking sombrero because it's like offensive to who? Who's offended?
And what if you're Spanish?
Yeah,
I exactly. Who knows? Fuck, I don't know. I guess they only want American culture there, which again seems kind of backwards.
Or glove,
no,
not
no.
culture.
It's not they want American culture; they want no culture.
Oh yeah, well, they want woke alt leftist nonsense. That's what they fucking want.
Avira, I probably could get cancelled from Anthrocon very easy by walking in there with a beer gut and one of those Aussie hats. It's like, dude, I'm a fucking Australian. Piss off.
No, bro. You need the fucking thongs and friggin'
Yes!
singlet. Bogan shit that up, man.
Wow.
Bogan that shit up. Say, get a couple of stickers that say "fuck off, we're full."
It's like culturally appropriating Australian, and it's like, dude, I'm an Australian. Fuck off. Nope, you're bad.
They'll kick you out because you're appropriating a culture. We don't care if you represent it or not. Ree.
That is just so mind blowing. Like, how do they think that this is like a normal thing to do? It's at a furry con of all places. Like, really?
What I can't understand with all this is why education isn't being considered. So, for example, if they made a clear statement that, look, military uniform, we had to kick this guy out for this day, fine. But to outright ban him because you think, oh, bad guy, it's like, you fucking idiot.
He was harassing people. That's the only comment they give on why they actually removed him.
Yeah, I highly, highly doubt that. Harassing people. No, he was walking around. They're like, you're offending me? And he probably said something along the lines of, who fucking cares? Like, I'm just chilling, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure that's, probably more true than not. And they went to con ops and are like, this person's being mean.
No, even worse. I'm offended because you are allowing these Nazis in our conventions. I need a safe space, please. And they pander and they cave to the will of the fucking hate mob. That's what they do, pussies.
Well, I mean,
You know, I have to wonder if someone starts screaming re-Nazi, if we should just take them to the bathroom where the showers are and stick them in there for a little bit, without the water
For an
running or
educational
anything.
experience, so to
yeah.
speak.
Yeah, a similar situation happened. I think this was also at Anthrocon, if I'm not mistaken. Someone donned a fursuit. It was a Prussian military suit that had like a...
Yep.
Yeah. He was banned too. They attacked him for that. They called him a fucking Nazi. Yo, do you know anything about Prussia? Or World
Yeah, that
War
was
One before that at all?
Germany, pre-World.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, the
the heck?
pointy hats existed long before Germany made them popular.
exactly. It was during Prussia in like the 1870s. Like, what the fuck? But nope, apparently that's offensive
Yeah,
also.
no. All right, so
Insane.
where this is going to lead up to, I would say, amidst all this banning and stuff, which is one thing. The next thing I wanted to lead up to is where the current state of conventions and what the future, what's hold. Like, you saw the floor scape down there in the dealer's room. You saw
Yep.
all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think that's going to lead to? Like, is this like in the current era? Are
I'm
they
thinking,
recovering, or are they in a slump?
you see, I think people lately have been very desperate to go back to conventions. The problem is, the only other options really are like these woke fuck fests.
Not
it's
even
not.
that, but
No, it is.
yes, either that or I think or they either go find somewhere else, and the people who are desperate for a con can go to a venue that doesn't have such draconian COVID
Yeah,
measures.
and there's very few conventions out there like that.
In the
There's
United
one
States.
happening now at the end of the summer, which thank goodness it exists, and I know it's going to be very successful.
Right.
It's one of the few
I wanna
options out there.
bring-
But for now, Anthrocon is kind of like one of those legacy cons, like legacy
Yeah.
media. It's like it's a dying breed, and people are going to look for something better, something different. That they don't want to deal with the whole political
Yeah.
nonsense. They don't care
I
about
know.
woke SJW crap anymore. They just don't. They want to escape from that. That's what being a furry like.
should be.
We just want to dress up and have fun. Like we don't care about that crap.
Speaking of on that same note, I want to add to something like that. I just found out I was recently cancelled from a FurCon. That was meant to happen towards the end of this month, July.
Oh, for what reason?
My local state is having a fur convention,
Mhm.
and I apparently got cancelled from it. I just got my, not that I got a ticket this year, mind you, but I got a ticket a couple of years and it's gone cancelled from a couple of, years back because of the COVIDs.
Right, but
And
what was the reasoning for why they said that? Like, what did you do? Nothing, right?
Yes, but this is the friggin', this is the inaugural FurCon that's how it happened in Sydney, July 22nd to 24th. And again, like it's an indictment of the current state it's in because, remove without justification is one thing. Granted, I have my theories as to why that happened, but I think, it's not hard to speculate.
This is the thing that I find absolutely fascinating with groups like this is that they state they're welcoming, they're open,
but they're not.
Come everybody, come all. But right down to it, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
It's the exact opposite.
So this is the thing that really perplexes me is that what's wrong with allowing someone to do something to get banned instead of just going, oh, we don't like who you associate with.
Yeah, see the core beliefs of said con.
Third point, right there.
So it says our core beliefs are for the furry community, by the community. Be something the community can contribute and grow along. This is all fucking fake. if they banned you because they don't like you or your friends, you didn't do anything wrong at all. But
I mean, I have
these
a friend
people run
who's
this.
yeah, I have a friend who's basically soft banned from my local community because he wouldn't get the death jab.
Yeah, that's another problem too. Like,
Yeah.
why should I divulge my personal medical procedures to these neckbeard ass furries? Like, what? Show me thy papers, my Führer. Yeah, no thanks.
It's not like, you had to show your flu shot papers or your smallpox papers or your.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Now
that's how it is now.
Yeah,
Well, no,
now we're gonna get to
now you don't have
points.
to show any of that. You still don't have to show a single one of those. You have to show,
Yeah.
I got this specific vaccine. It's still a trial product that we're part of a mass trial.
Yep, and all of my boosters too.
Points 3.
I got
Point
tested 4
and 5.
times.
Wow,
Yeah,
so brave, so strong. Good for you.
Yeah, points 3, 4, and 5. Provided inclusive
Yeah, 3
space
is
for all.
hilarious if they ban you because
Yeah,
of the
an
leaving
inclusive
evidence.
space for all. Bullshit.
Me and my friend who's refused to get a death
It would
jab.
be more provide an inclusive space for those who follow our ideals. But that
number
wouldn't
4.
get them popularity.
Yes, and number 5. No, a place where everyone feels like they're on the equal footing to connect with others, and no gimmicks, no popularity contests.
The fifth one's an absolute lie. Every FurCon's a popularity contest.
Well,
The
for the most part.
The downside is with the furry community as like the mainstream show, I am noticing a lot of troubling signs, which I'm pretty much glad I'm not participating in. I'm honestly just waiting for a bunch of like fucked up furs, which is probably the best way to put it, just to walk into a shop, drag someone out, string them up and tie them to a tree. I mean,
boy.
shit.
Ow.
By the
that
neck,
hurt.
of course, not.
I went to laugh.
Yeah, that's gonna
and
hurt.
I elbowed myself in the chest.
Wow,
That
this
was-
is the most like virtue signaling bullshit I've ever seen. All are
Welcome.
equal. Get fucked. Really? Look at this nonsense. They strive to treat all members of the furry fandom and its attendees equally and fairly. Really?
Stop there.
But you
Read
ban
point
people
number 2.
because you don't like their friends? Fuck you.
Read point number 2.
Alright. As part of building an environment of tolerance and equality, where community members feel safe to be involved, we will be intolerant of those who are intolerant of others. Yeah, what? Huh? What
Sorry,
the
but
fuck?
your behavior would suggest you're the intolerant ones.
Yeah, exactly. That's the cognitive dissonance right there. We're intolerant of those who are intolerant. So yourselves, basically? What? What a stupid thing to say.
Right.
No, you know what? Honestly, Jolt, if you were banned from this place, I would say good riddance to them. I wouldn't want to be there either.
Cool.
I could use the
Thanks.
$175.
Yeah, you're fucking lucky. Like I wouldn't go there either. Don't give me your money. Don't give me your support at all.
And next thing you know, you, them, and everybody else might see something more common on my left arm. Just saying.
Hey, there you go.
What
Yeah.
really fascinates me about these sort of groups is that they don't realize the kind of people that they encourage to attend. They can end up being quite violent. Hence the, lynching someone's a definite possibility, but you're more likely to get punched in the face or in the gut, especially here in Australia.
These people who run these conventions, they're hijackers. They're not furries. They're fakes. They're infiltrators. And they're trying
I
to
would
change our
say
culture and
there's-
destroy it. No,
there's some
they've destroyed
originals,
cons.
but for the most part, it's like, hey, look what we do. It's a popularity contest. Again, I mean, it turns into everything turns into popularity. Look what I've done. Look what we're doing. Look what
Man, I think it's worse than that. Like it goes a lot deeper when they're
Well, I mean,
legit trying to like destroy the fandom, which they've been successful in doing. Like our fandom is not the same as it was like 5 years ago. Like it's
No,
not
no,
even
no.
close.
I wouldn't say they're destroying it, but
I would.
for example, that Black Wolf, nobody bothered to ask what uniform he was wearing. It just automatic.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The people that run these places, they just ban
It's going to
because
get to
they
the
don't
point
care.
where people are just going to simply turn around and just start punching and hitting people when they think they see something wrong. I mean, I'd
Because they're
love to
gonna
see
think that
people
they're
do that to
justified.
bikies because the reaction they'll get is going to be hilarious as all fuck. But this is not helpful for any community whatsoever. Just to devolve into fear and anger because you don't understand something.
That's it. That's all it's become. It's crazy. How
This is something that's gonna probably spark all kinds of mass
Yeah.
hysteria.
You know,
but I
on-
feel that
Yeah.
what's going to happen, and I feel that we're coming up on this divulging point really, really, really fast. But we're gonna have essentially another burn furs, ice furs incident.
No, it's going to be a lot bigger than that. It's
Well,
essentially
yeah,
the fandom
but
splitting.
when the fandom was that size, that was a big event.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now,
No, you're right.
now it's
That's
it's
the
going to be a
thing.
cataclysm of proportions.
It's going to be a literal division of the fandom where you're going to
Yes.
see half of them go one way and half of them go another way.
I
which
wouldn't
is
even
a
say half. I
lot.
would say the vast majority of furries are like normal people that don't want to deal with that woke political bullshit nonsense. And if you look at Free For All, it was essentially created in retaliation against that kind of woke bullshit that's been taken over our fandom for the last few years. And we're sick of it. So yeah, people of course are going to flock to a convention like that. Most normal furs don't give a flying fuck about politics. Like they really don't. They just want to have fun and make friends and enjoy life and
I
hobbies.
want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go to a convention to chill out and hang out, not be
Exactly.
indoctrinated into
Yeah.
the bullshit.
Yeah, you damn right. Like most furries like that. So that's why, yeah, we are seeing a split right now. It's
I think the
unfortunate
way-
that had
the
to
way
happen,
that-
but that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think all this stuff has just kind of created the conditions for such a thing. The COVIDs, the radical, and all that. But anyway, I want not to say more on any of that stuff. But as far as I'm concerned, I would wish my local convention good luck. But at this point, they're gonna need it if they're even gonna survive.
Well, I mean,
But yes,
rabbit trails
anyway.
aside, yeah. I mean, my local local in quotations. I can't quote in in show it, but in quotations,
Mhm.
local convention. I wish them the best, but I'm personally not going to go and probably attend there
give them my
because they have
support
the
anyway.
archaic COVID
Yeah.
policy as well.
Don't give those radicals your money. Just don't
Little
even
support.
fucking bother. Yeah, don't.
If anything, and if anything were to happen, and if they feel disillusioned by the FurCon, our door is always open to you. That is all. No matter which part of the world you're from, I extend that same welcome for you.
And just remember, as a general sort of cause, if you want to go around and talk about the kind of sexual acts that you get into in the bedroom, don't be shocked when people start doing it to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, because otherwise a big can of worms is about to open and just bam right up on your face, bitch. Yeah. So
Well, look,
somebody
I don't wish the attendees at Anthrocon any ill will. If they went there, they had fun, they had a good time. That's nice. I just don't agree with the leadership behind it and how they're trying to hijack our fandom. Like that's really what's going on here.
It's the same story with my local fur group. Too.
Exactly.
It's, the way they've run it and how.
Yep.
But something's gonna happen. Just give it time. We'll see.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
think,
praying for the future, man.
Cataclysm is about to happen.
Oh, it has. It's already begun.
Yes. All right. Anyway, next on this list of items, I want to stay with a forward phrase of what's been happening in a certain part of the world, and that phrase is "Omae wa mo shinderu." Yeah, Japan, why are you gotta be so crazy?
Jolt,
it's
I
not-
guess you watched the non-translated version of the show then.
I don't speak
Yes,
Japanese, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes, yes, yes. Some significant Japanese figures have died in the past couple of days. But first, the one we were most interested in. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator Suzuki Takahashi found deceased at age 60 floating off Japan coast.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah, so the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately has passed away.
Damn.
Do you guys
Yu-Gi-Oh!
remember Yu-Gi-Oh? I mean, this was a
was
big
my
thing.
as a kid.
It still is.
Yeah, it is. Yo, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh like religiously way back in the day when I was like 12, 13, 14, thereabouts. Yeah, it was one of my favorite games ever. I remember waking up at like fucking 6:30 in the morning to catch the 7 a.m. episode of Yu-Gi-Oh every morning, like right before Pokemon aired. Like that was my jam, dude.
Yeah. So just a quick, before we get to the last story, as reported by the Okinawa Times, Takahashi was found floating face down in the waters of the coast of Ona in Nago City, Okinawa. Prefecture around 10:30 a.m. July 6th, following a report of a potential dead body floating to the Nago Coast Guard station from a passing boater.
Ugh.
So, the death at sea.
Authorities believe that the
The mangaka
Kaga
had already been dead
dead
for
for
at
at
least 1 or 2
least.
days prior to the discovery of his body.
Goodness gracious.
Damn.
That's very sad. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh was a big part of a lot of people's childhood. Like all of us, like millennials and stuff. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is enormous. I have
I
a
was
blue eyes white dragon,
snorkeling.
by the way. Yeah.
He was snorkeling at the time. That Bacard was so common.
No, it's not really anymore. A lot of people bought that crap up, and now it actually became as rare as it was in the actual series.
Oh, talking back in the day, actually.
Oh, okay, well. Oh, look at there's Yugi with
And
the Egyptian gods.
Obelisk,
Yeah, you
Cypher,
got
and Ra.
Obelisk,
Yeah.
Scyther. Hell yeah! Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so God, that was some good stuff too. Because Yu-Gi-Oh was something if you're a kid of the late '90s or the early 2000s, Yu-Gi-Oh was right up your alley.
Oh yeah,
This-
totally.
Every kid at my school was basically in on this craze too, and that lasted well over to my teenage years.
Same.
Like, I was the kid who hung around with other guys who played Yu-Gi-Oh at school, like during tea and lunch breaks.
I have
Mm-hmm.
to ask though whether or not anyone would have liked to have seen the Dungeon Dice Monsters explored a little more back
Yes.
in the day.
Yes, I would have. I remember that episode specifically. That was when they had like the heart points, right? You're like
Yep.
three, like
Yeah,
it was like a maze or something. That looked really damn cool. I would love to play that game.
What I
Yeah, I think
found
it
out,
only appeared in like one episode, but damn, that looked freaking cool.
Avera, from what I found out, people took horrible offense to the fact that it was no longer Duel Monsters, but Dungeon Dice Monsters, and people completely lost their shit.
Well,
So,
no, it was a separate game. Like it was someone in the series that made their own game based
No,
on Duel Monsters.
Avera, the reason why it didn't take off is because fans went up, complained about the fact that Dungeon Dice Monsters had kicked off in the anime, and they went back to the cards.
Well, yeah, I mean the cards are cool, but like I thought that game looked really damn fun. I would have loved to play it.
Yes. However, because fans lost their shit at the fact that it was no longer, cards, unfortunately, they were forced to go back to, doing cards.
Yeah, but I don't think that was actually meant to be its own game. It was kind of just like an in-series type of spin-off. Like it wasn't really meant to be something crazy like that. It was kind of just like, oh, okay. Well, that's like this dude is like an innovator. He's trying to like make his own game. So that's cool. Which that's what happened. I mean, in the series itself, Duel Monsters was actually historically an ancient Egyptian game where like pharaohs would play for like their souls and stuff like that. And then Maximilian Pegasus found this out and then created the game itself. So that's cool too.
Still, it would have been nice to have seen how the king of games, mind you, and the other type of games that would have come across, but unfortunately, fans like Duel Monsters, so that's what we got stuck with.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just-
Duel Monsters is cool. Yeah.
You could, the amount of creativity that was just ripped from the creator is just psychotic, to be honest. I mean, finding out that it could have had a much broader scene was just somewhat depressing.
Yeah, but why make something so broad? Well, I mean, for us, that's relatively simple. But when you go to someone who's trying to make something interesting that can be targeted relatively easily to a specific audience, making something broad makes it a lot harder to sell said product.
Yeah, I guess it just didn't really catch on, but that really shouldn't even be a big deal because that was just like one episode of something in the show. But no, like Yu-Gi-Oh itself is a major phenomenon, and the fact that the creator died in the way that he did, that really sucks. You know, he was a very creative individual.
Was there any cause of death released yet?
It seems like it was just like a drowning. It looks like an accident, probably. I mean, they didn't
William-
find him for like 2 days, so.
From the article that I read through, it looked like they went out snorkeling, got caught in some riptides, and that was
Yeah.
kinda it.
It was an accident, you know. Shit like that happens. That's why I don't go swimming. I don't like the
That's
ocean.
why you don't go swimming or snorkeling alone.
Yeah, true. Also true.
Yeah, which that to me raises a small red flag, but I
Well-
don't know if that was a common thing in his life or not.
Do you guys think that, because the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh is no longer with us, do you think the series or the game is going to change at all, or
Maybe
you
not
think
immediately. I'd give
Well,
it,
not-
2-3 years, and they'll slowly start tweaking it. But I think as the card game is played, I don't think it'll change.
Okay.
I think you'll see like the shows and stuff change really drastically in a couple years.
Hmm.
I think
I
you're
could
right.
see things continuing as they are, but it's only generally when things sort of get into a Western Western hands that they get sort of cowboy bebopped.
Yeah, it does get kind of twisted a little bit, but no, I'm kind of optimistic about it. Again, like I haven't even seen the show for the last, probably like 15 years. I haven't even watched Yu-Gi-Oh! So I don't know what the hell's going on with the series or the game even. I remember when ritual summoning was like a new thing, and that was way back in like the early, like mid 2000s. You know?
So what I found out something interesting is they actually had a series where you were driving on a motorcycle and playing the game. It's like, are you fucking serious?
That was something else.
You-
Like, how did that evolve? How did that take a turn, right?
You drive motorcycles while playing a card game. It's like, are you fucking psychotic?
That is crazy. Oh my goodness. What?
You had a movie which I don't know if you've seen, but you had like you had 3 characters from 3 different series of the show, all coming together to fight against some guy in the future, all because Duel Monsters destroyed the planet. It's like, maybe
Whoa.
playing your game if it ends up destroying the world.
Yeah, that was also a big part of the series too. Like once you got all the Millennium items, you could essentially like be immortal and like take over the whole fucking world. Yeah, I think Bakura tried to do that.
Because he wanted the pieces of all the Millennium items and
Yep.
stuff. I
Yeah, all
remember.
7. Maximilian Pegasus wanted the Millennium items to restore the life of his fiance. So that was a noble cause.
Everybody wanted the.
Yeah, well, not Yugi. because he's the pharaoh and he's like the protagonist. Oh, I'm not going to use my power, but he totally fucking used his power. Like, of course he did. The heart of the cards. Come on now. You knew like Exodia was calling to him anytime he needed it. He could just blast that shit. But whatever.
Right. But no, goddamn. So it took the whole series has taken a turn from the original Yu-Gi series to Yu-Gi-Oh GX,
Yeah.
and
That
the
was on
whole
Disney,
card
right?
games on motorcycles, and then I don't know what's happening as of late because I think the last Yu-Gi-Oh series I watched was the motorcycle one.
I haven't the last series that I've seen from Yu-Gi-Oh! It was when they had that thing on their arm and they were playing the shadow game. There was like this this spell card.
The dual,
the dual
the
disc,
dual,
and
dual
then
Yeah,
disc,
yeah, the dual discs.
That
And
was the
it was
last time I remember it too. Was when like all the monsters were holographic and stuff.
yeah, they had like the dual disc thing on their arms and they were playing like they would play this the spell of
the Seal of
Orichalcos.
Orichalcos.
Yeah, the Seal of Orichalcos. Yeah, that was the last series I saw, and that was some crazy shit. Like if you lost, like either like your friend's soul would be like entrapped in a card. Like that was some nonsense, man. Oh my goodness, that was pretty cool. But after that, I haven't really kept up with the series. I don't know what the hell's going on right now. Still a good show though. Like it was really cool back in the day. I used to play that game all the time. I even like created like my own decks like based on the series. So I watched that episode with with the harpies when she was like pretending to be psychic and like knew like what scent like her fucking cards and harpies were. I actually built a deck based on that from the show. Yeah, crazy,
Damn,
right?
you gotta tell me, everybody here has gone into the collecting craze of
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
yo, I still have it. I still have the deck like literally right now.
I might still have a deck or two
Oh, I still
floating
got my
around. I'm
collection
not
with me.
sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have like my 100 cards somewhere. My entire goal in getting Yu-Gi-Oh cards was to get the three-headed black metal red eyes dragon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And as soon as I got that, I'm like, don't care, put them away.
Yeah. I always wanted to get the Egyptian god card. I have one of
that's
them,
it.
Obelisk, but I don't have the other two. Oh no, that's not true. I have a Japanese version of Scyther, but I don't think that really counts because like it should be the American version. I can't like read what it even says.
Yeah, and
So, Beowulf. So you played like Yu-Gi-Oh like with your friends, right? Like back in the day.
We more could just collected the cards more than anything else because the rules was a lot for teenagers to have to do.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Back
it
then, it
was
was
pretty
like,
complex.
hey, we'll just collect the cards because they look really cool.
Okay, so I don't necessarily have like that same mentality for that. Like I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh all the time, but one game that I did collect the cards for was Pokemon, but I never learned how to play it. Like I still don't even know what the hell like benching a Pokemon even fucking means. Like I've never played the game before, but I have all the cards.
I have a few cards. I have I think the rarest one I have is a holographic Mew.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I have the original holographic Charizard and Vaporeon, Nidoking, Togechick, and I think how do you pronounce it? Magna whatever the hell it is. But I never learned how to play the game, like ever. I just collected them because all my friends did. So
All right, what are we looking for?
okay, so what's here? Like Konami has issued a little statement here, like the current custodians of Yu-Gi-Oh.
oh,
Memory of Mr. Kazuki Takahashi.
We are shocked and saddened to hear of the sudden passing of Mr. Kazuki Takahashi. We are deeply grateful for the wonderful Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe that he has created, and our thoughts are with his friends and family at this difficult time. Together with his countless fans, we pledge to carry on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy with all the love and care it deserves. I think that's a very good statement. That really does, encapsulate what he did. That's great. Poor guy. That sucks. Pray for his family, man.
Yeah, I mean the guy himself,
Legend.
he's left a heck of a legacy in the series that's still carries on to this day. People are still out there collecting and buying and all this stuff. That thing is not going to go and die anytime soon. No, right?
Mhm.
'Cause goddamn, like I wasn't the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh guy, but goddamn, did I enjoy the all the elements of it. Like, just
Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
and as a kid of that era, like this is not something you'll ever, you could ever forget, especially if you grew up with it.
Oh, dude, every morning I would wake up before school to catch the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, damn, he's going to like Duelist Island. Oh my, he's gonna meet Pegasus. Like, yeah, that was some cool shit back in the day. Hell yeah.
Like, and literally, that was my job too. Every single day of,
Mm-hmm.
before school, we had this, we had morning TV, and cartoons and anime would be playing, and Yu-Gi-Oh when it was on there was just, it just
Yeah.
every single kid was just in on that stuff. And
I
heck,
miss that great starting connection.
I actually even watched one of the Yu-Gi-Oh movies on the big screen.
Yo, me too. I saw the Yu-Gi-Oh movie, Pyramid of Light. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yo, I
I
have
knew.
that card too. I have the Pyramid of Light. The fucking like everything. Oh my god. Like I got that pack of cards when I went to see the actual movie. Pegasus was there. I mean, he was dueling against like this fucking ancient Egyptian like resurrected pharaoh trying to take over the world. My goodness. Spoiler alert, but damn, that was nuts. It was a cool movie, man. Like I looked forward to that. I think what was it, like, God, how long ago did that even come out? Like 15 years ago? Maybe longer? It was great.
Yeah, it's been so many years since we've watched that stuff, and oh my goodness.
Yeah, I still remember it.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, if not for the collector cards, just the very idea of, you know,
Yeah, the whole culture, the world building, it was awesome stuff. It was very entertaining.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
goddamn. So where is Yu-Gi-Oh gonna be headed to? For for the future now, I guess. Like now that Kazuki has passed away, like I know they'll continue printing a new card series.
Yeah.
Although the anime.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how much influence he actually had over the production of the game and like the mechanics itself, or like like who directed the anime. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
he was the founder, obviously, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna change all that much quickly. It's still gonna carry on. Then again, I haven't even seen the series for like almost like a dozen years, so I really don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, here's to you. I'm keeping my collection for as long as I'm around.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
I would turn my camera on and show you all my like vintage fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I'm too lazy to do that right now.
Alright.
I got a
I'll have
lot
to
of them. They're pretty cool, man. Yo, Red Eyes Black Dragon? Hell yeah. Blue Eyes? Absolutely. Sorry if I'm coming off as like a super nerd right now, but
I know.
man, I love
no.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't care.
I can always remember what my very first Yu-Gi-Oh card was. So,
Oh, what was it?
I think it was Tanky. I think
Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, yeah. That
Like
was
the tank machination.
yep, part of like the XYZ series, right?
Yeah, I
One
think
of, like,
so.
it was part of a fusion. Yeah, I remember that one. My first Yu-Gi-Oh card was actually Monster Reborn. If you don't know what that is, it looks
Oh,
like a
dude,
crystal.
that one was a classic card.
Yeah, yeah, that was like the first card I ever saw. Because like I remember watching it in the show and seeing that happen, and then I actually pulled it from a pack, and I was like, "Whoa! I actually have Monster Reborn like from the show!" And like I put it like in a sleeve and like have it like in a binder right now. Like, yeah, that was some cool shit.
Mm. Who knows? Maybe the next. Yes, I know we're a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, Sally. Yes, we are. Thank you.
This isn't even like my most nerdy subject. So, I mean, get into like World War II history or like certain things about like steam locomotives. I mean, I can nerd out for a couple hours on that stuff, but
Groovy.
that's what kind of nerd I am.
I'm kind of wanting to take a deep dive into some more. Let's just go
And this is
stupid bullshit.
Yeah, well, this is the kind of nerd you are, Noble, a Second Life nerd.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I got an email this morning about Second Life, and turns out they've got a Premium Plus plan at the moment.
Why is
And
Second Life legitimately always like 5 to 10 years behind everything else?
What do you expect? They run on Amazon.
Oh,
So
so what does this premium plan do? Like, what's this all about?
well,
Monthly Linden,
Premium
like.
Plus gives you a whole bunch of extra stuff. But the thing that really caught me, and the screenshot of this is really screwed up, but it's the normal premium is $100 a year, which is basically how it's always been, USD. However, if you want this new Premium Plus, it's going to cost you $249.
Holy crap!
Oh, wow. Wait, but that's like a 150% increase. Why? What the heck happened?
So you get a lot of additional extras with this, but apparently from a sim owner I was talking to, in order to get someone from Second Life to come out and actually fix problems with your sim, you need to have this Premium Plus. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so they want to make more money. So why not tack an extra $10 onto the premium, switch that to the Premium Plus, so like $110 a year,
Mhm.
and then take the regular premium that you had, slot it back to about $50 a year, and sell that. My theory, and this is the reason why I haven't gone premium, is because of the actual, cost per year. But if they cocked it back to $50, I would have signed up for it straight away. I mean, shit, I would have gotten it this morning if it was $50, but no, instead they decided to do this, which I just thought was completely scummy. Although considering these guys turned around and gave up whole hope when they tried to release Second Life Plus, Second Life 2,
Well, I mean,
which backfired horribly.
reading through it, I mean, concierge phone support. What is that? Choose your Linden Home concierge service. Concierge service, and then you look a little bit lower, and there's an asterisk. Limited time promotional price.
Oh,
Mm.
what? So are they going to increase it?
It's going to be even more than that.
Yeah, because they're going to increase it. This is like a premium price. Now, Noble, you said that you were willing to pay either $50 or possibly even $110 a year. So, do the perks that they have now, like, do you think that's worth $250 a year, or no?
No,
No.
to be honest, no. My personal belief is that Second Life would have had a shit ton more people actually sign up and pay for Premium Plus if it was half price, half than its actual current price that they got listed. Premium, though, I believe they would have gotten a hell of a lot more people on there if they cut the price in half.
Yeah, and then they would have made up the difference anyway, with all that extra profit. Yeah, for sure. But because they can't do that and people don't want to actually invest in it, now the few people that do, that are willing to pay that extra price, well, that just fucks over everybody else then, right?
Avera, I'm seeing a shit ton of people on Second Life every now and then when I sort of go out and explore where they got the last name of UU.
Oh, wow.
So people have taken advantage of that. But really, this just looks like a
nowadays,
massive
what's
money
cool?
grab.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
I never figured that Second Life was a huge money maker, to be completely honest. But
It's been around for quite a while, and there are people that definitely do use it.
yeah,
It's just the way that they're trying to like manipulate their audience and trying to either get people.
hey, give us a lot of money. We'll give you some good perks.
Yeah, that's basically what they're saying.
Are those perks worth the money I'll be giving you? No, not at all. But you play Second Life, so
Therein lies the problem.
That's what I feel it's like. It is basically what they're saying.
Anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention was how premium. Just to wrap this up, was the rise of premium plus subscription models in this day and age. As if premium wasn't enough.
Premium Plus was started like 3-4 years ago.
Okay, so we have a live comment here from Ali. Says, I'm a Second Life nerd too. I heard about it growing up, but never started playing it until about last year. I love looking at old furry Second Life stuff on YouTube. Yeah, me too. That's awesome. Right?
That's
Of course, people are going to be wanting to play it.
I went and logged in. It's been 2 years ago now, but every single one of my bookmarks, except for one, had all closed. So I was like, man, that's right in the fields, because these were like my hangout spots.
Oh.
Just so you're aware, I've noticed a lot of places have shut down. I've noticed a lot of places have also moved. The sim that I work at, they changed their name like 3 times and moved maybe like 7 or 8 over the years.
Yeah, but I mean, even looking in like the groups that own the Sims, I mean, it's like their last login was like 2018.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
but under all seriousness, though, GYC and the Arc tend to basically be like stable. Let's see if you crash happy though.
I'm not too into Second Life because I mean, all my stuff's really old.
Oh, well, I get to have fun ripping that a new one. Suck at Linden Labs.
Basically, so far behind the curve.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
That's not even a thought for me because it's like, man, my last skin was from like 2014. So
personally, I wish they'd pay for better services, especially if they're just going to slap you. Well, from what I've heard, they're using Amazon to basically host the game now instead of using their own servers. Good, but unfortunately, when people start getting kicked off because your system gets overloaded, it's like, no.
Yeah, it's just the decline of an old giant, essentially.
We don't need another Final Fantasy VIII fiasco. Final Fantasy 12. Was it 14? Was it? I forget.
Let's just say Final Fantasy in general.
When are we going to see the final Fantasy?
You won't.
Probably
I
never.
still think
No,
they're going
like,
to
not
milk
until-
to infinity.
Yeah, but now the rate at which Final Fantasies are being created have slowed down significantly compared to what happened in the late
Because
90s.
people got mad they were having to buy one every
You know,
6 months.
in 40 years, we're gonna see Final Fantasy 702. Like,
probably.
come on now. They're never gonna end.
It's like
As
The
long as they're
Sims.
making money, they don't care.
It's legitimately like The Sims. The Sims, you're just like, hey,
They're gonna give Winnie the
here's like a
Pooh
$30
fucking.
base game that had none of the features that your DLC game that you just had has. We're gonna start completely from scratch, and you're gonna have to buy all those DLCs again. Oh, we just came out with a new game. Yeah, you're gonna have to start from scratch with none of the stuff you're used to having.
Hold on. Don't forget that there's re-releases and you have to buy all the DLCs plus the plus DLCs.
Yeah.
I just love the fact that like fucking Winnie the Pooh is like a playable character, and he can like fight monsters and shit. Like that's some weird
Final
nonsense.
Fantasy's just like YOLO.
It's crazy.
Like,
It's
everything they
such
do
a
is YOLO.
hodgepodge. All right.
All right, I guess that sums it up for this week. That's friggin'. It was crazy everything that's just happened. Like outside of what we've discussed and inside of what we've discussed, it's just been wild. You know. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't know where to begin.
It's
But
been a
I don't know.
bonkers week, man, for sure.
But I know we're gonna close. But I know where to close. So amidst everything that's just happened, who'd like to make a closing statement first and foremost?
Beowulf.
The wheel keeps on turning. That's kind of how it is. I mean, you watch something happen, you watch something come, you watch something go, you watch something come, you watch something go, and you're just like, yep, that's life anymore.
All right. Noble.
We're going to have a minute of silence starting in about now. Okay, and done. Now, for anyone who wasn't around in the 90s or the early 2000s, when someone passes, you usually give them a minute of silence.
Amen.
Thanks for everything, Kazuki Takahashi.
Yes.
Yes, your legacy will never, will never fade away. Basically, you've inspired a whole generation, and much more than that. So, thank you.
And
Gave
Joel?
us some more spice, and gave us some more spice to our childhoods. Enjoy your rest. All right, Evira.
Okay. Well, awesome show, guys. Thanks so much for listening. I wish no ill will upon anyone that went to Anthrocon. Look, if you went there and you had a good time, that's great. I'm glad you did.
Mhm.
But these conventions, like these legacy cons, it's a dying breed at this point. We really need something different. We need a change.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if you had fun, that's great. I used to love going to Anthrocon, but nowadays I just can't. Like it's not something that I could just get behind when they start canceling people for arbitrary reasons. It's just nuts. There's no way I can possibly support that. So I hope that everyone really thinks about the nature of the furry fandom, how it's changing, and what we can do to stop that and just go back to enjoying our hobby and our lifestyle. I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Glad you enjoyed our show, and I'll see you again next week.
Indeed. I just wish to end on this closing note that if you do end up getting cancelled from your local FurCon, do think of it as a blessing rather than a curse, you know? The era of old legacy cons is about to come to an end, if it hasn't done that already.
Damn right.
And so, now because I'm no longer beholden to anybody in the wider community, you know, the purple and yellow or the purple and red will shine brighter. You'll see that soon. Count on it. And as I was saying, though, despite everything that's happened, again, I just wish to reiterate, it is a fantastic day to be whatever you are, except to be a demon. Because them stones got blown out from the sky. All right. And thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making this. As always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, BitChute, and more further down the line. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.
Bye.
Ta-ta.
Laters.